Before we get into today's video, I'd like to ask for you guys to like and subscribe. We're trying to get to 500 subs. Thank you. Alright guys, we're back for another Five Nights Tower Defense video. And today we're going to be taking on a rather monumentous task. This video might be 20 minutes long, maybe it'll be 10, maybe I'll find a way to get through it quickly. So, there's maybe an oversimplified way of doing it, but I have gone through... I'll make this, this is a public list I've just made, because I couldn't find one anywhere. So I've just painstakingly gone through, and every unit is here. I didn't put screenshots in it, just I thought that was funnier in a way. I had most of the units, so I could just go through the index and just print screen them and save them. So you guys can make a list of your own, but basically we're just going to be listing these characters in terms of how good they are in the game. Now, a huge disclaimer here, some of these units you'll start with and they'll get you through like the first 2 games. I'm not really considering that as being good. I'm just considering like all these units compared to each other, like who's the best. And there's multiple factors to kind of look into, right? So, Chica's up to start with. This is in no particular order. I might, I'll probably just go through an order. Anyway, Chica, D tier, she sucks, obviously. She is. I'll go through on this, on the inventory here I have, because I have most of these guys. If not, I can just go on the wiki and I'll find them. Yeah, this is awful. 20 DPS, yeah, it sucks. Freddy with Blicky is how I refer to him. He is definitely better than Chica, and he's actually pretty solid for like the first like 3 levels, and past that he completely sucks. Phantom Foxy, I know he sucks, I just don't know how bad. He's definitely a tier above these guys. He's like C. Now next we've got Major Freddy. I don't remember, obviously, like I'll remember some of these guys' stats by heart, but I don't use these people. Alright, he's probably also a tier above regular Freddy, but he's probably stuck at C tier, probably sounds fair. I mean, if you get these guys very early game, like they could definitely help you. Who am I looking at now? Toy Freddy. Okay, nope, he sucks. He's definitely worse than Major Freddy. Sniper Cupcake, I'm pretty sure is going to be in D tier as well. Yes, definitely in D tier. She has very good range though, so it's probably like somewhere like there. Yeah, that makes sense. Pretty sure, is Bonnie support? Bonnie's not a support, he's a slow unit. Maybe if we get into a meta one day where this is relevant, where being, doing slow actually matters in any capacity, but at the minute, it's all about damage, and he's probably like slightly better than Freddy or Blicky over there. We're just going to get through some of the characters I don't actually fully know the stats of, like off by heart. With the Chica, yeah, probably like here, fine. We'll bang the quote unquote boring ones out. Yeah, same story. Amalgam, I know sucks. It's probably like the same, probably a similar level to this. I don't think they do anything particularly special. Oh yeah, no, they are actually probably one of the worst units in the game. Yeah. Endo is a support, so that just kind of automatically makes them better than all these really bad damage dealers. Let's have a look at this puppet. It's like artillery puppet or something. Wow, he's bad. Okay. He's got good range. It's probably like there. Oh, that sounds fair. Now, I remember this Toy Bonnie at the start of the game. I started like a week after launch. That's my context here, so like let's have a look. Yeah, I remember this guy being pretty good at the start of the game, because you get him very easily. Cupcake, I've seen the showcase, and I've seen his stats, I'm like more aware of them. He probably around there. The ordering from this doesn't particularly matter massively. Yeah, no, she sucks as well. Okay. Guys, we could do with a good epic unit, I think. Okay, right, why does I say that? I personally never use Fazcade, but I would be lying if I said that there was no use for it, and I'd say it's definitely like it's better than all these. It's definitely in A tier. I'd say it's probably low A tier, but it's definitely A tier. Because the rest of those guys just don't. Yeah, she's really bad. Okay, she's over there. Another support, right? I think it doesn't. I think particularly matters, does it? You're probably there as well. Does anyone really care if I misput one of these guys? Like, oh no, fucking Mythic Balloon Boy is actually really good. Withered Freddy is actually good. I've used Withered Freddy a lot. He's like he was one of the easiest to obtain. Boy still is one of the easiest to obtain 0.05 second units. So as you see, they're using 600 DPS, which, I mean, compared to all these guys, they're doing nothing compared to that. So, yeah. Mercenary Foxy. Oh, he's another 0.05 unit. Okay, so he's slightly worse than Withered Freddy, I believe. Actually, probably slightly better. I don't know the upgrade costs, but I think they're probably about relative to each other. Bonnie is in the same kind of... They're all floating around the same tier as each other because, you know, having a cooldown 0.05, it just makes it so you're just much better than most of the game. Which one is this? This is Phantom Golden Freddy. Where is he floating around? Here he is. I remember this guy being really expensive. Like he's in the relative range. He's probably worse than all these, but he's about like he's not like 50 miles away, so he's not a different tier. Why do I have a shiny When did I do this? Okay. I was crazy back then, apparently. Oh, he sucks. Okay, yeah, Golden Freddy sucks. But I'm like, he's probably down there somewhere. I think that's Baker Toy Chica or something. Nope. That's showing a bit of fraud. Oh dear God. Toy. No, she sucks as well. He's probably like, yeah. Right, we can finally get to real units, guys. We can finally start actually going through real units. Let's go. Now, I don't use Plain Boy that much, but he is good. Although I'm gendering a plain. Oh, he's Plain Boy. Yeah. Yeah, it's the range as well. It's not S tier. Plain Boy's definitely not S tier, but it's definitely up there. Pretty sure Mangle sucks, actually. Pretty sure Mangle sucks. I was right in that assumption. Mangle does definitely suck. Probably slightly worse. Abyssal Foxy gets a lot of hate, but he's an S tier unit. 100%. There's no refuting this. Definitely an S tier unit. Endo 2 is very hard to rank. He's been power crept pretty massively. Because he's a starter unit, but he's been replaced as a starter unit. Definitely play Playboy. He's like probably pretty close to S, but yeah, I'm actually gonna make I'm a Dragon Ball fan, so I'll just be doing this. Actually, I think there's a different caliber of units. What the hell just happened here? Okay, cool. That's interesting. Yeah, it's a different caliber of units. Scott Cawthon is definitely in Z. He just plays the game for you. At our level of power creep, this guy is absolutely. The only drawback to him is that he's a one placement unit. His DPS would just be ludicrous otherwise. And he's so cheap as well, considering what he's doing. Enforcer Bonnie, I vaguely know what he does. Yeah, and he's pretty cheap as well. He's probably vaguely here. Probably slightly worse than probably maybe a little bit better actually, because Plain Boy's expensive. Phantom Balloon Boy sucks. He's not as bad. He's not like that bad, but he's probably like here. I say sucks and I put him in A tier. It's just there's a very this game's pretty top heavy. Don't judge me, by the way. I love this. Yeah, no, he sucks. He sucks. His DPS is just like nothing. He's probably like here. He's probably worse than those guys. Rocketeer Mangle, I've not used, but I've seen his stats, and they are pretty bad. They're not awful. They're not as bad as... It's probably like around here. Definitely worse than Plain Boy. Withered Bonnie has been massively power crept, but he's better than... He's probably top A. He's probably top of A tier. Sentinel Bonnie is really annoying for the reasons that is kind of outside of his stat spread. He's very cheap. I think he has 2 placement. The problem with him is his range and his hitbox. His hitbox is obnoxious. He's huge. I don't know why they didn't really... I don't think they buffed this unit. They probably needed to, but they said their stance on buffing old units like pretty clearly. Like in the recent live stream, the owner basically just said he's not going to be buffing like old units. So he's probably slightly worse than Plain Boy. Maybe slightly better because of cost. Yeah, we'll stick with that. So it's fine. Tarnished Spring Bonnie is top of S tier. 100%. Tarnished Spring Bonnie, he's the best star unit in the game. So there's that. Which Chica I've been seeing a resurgence in her value, and I have no idea why, because she completely sucks. She's awful. Like, look at this. She does do poison, but the poison, I think when I used it was like 10 damage a second, which is awful, and it's not even permanent. It's like temporary. So she's like... Unless she's got a buff I don't know about with the poison, because it's not a stat, so if she's got a massive buff poison, then I apologize, but she's like... I don't know, she's probably like here. She's probably like slightly better than Mangle, because Mangle sucks. Yeah, that sounds about right. Withered Golden Freddy was the slot that Sentinel Bonnie's in this time, the limited unit. He is exceptional. Well, he was exceptional for the time. His DPS is definitely higher than that. This isn't just a DPS list, by the way. It's also just like a usability, like how feasible is it for you to actually use some of these guys. He's in the mix here. He's probably around there. Like, he was a unit definitely beyond his time. Yeah, he was really good. He was really good. That puppet, I'm pretty sure, like, most of the summonable secrets are just like unapologetically bad. I got a shiny one, I guess it doesn't matter. Oh my god, what is this cooldown, guys? Come on. Jesus. I mean, yeah, he's just probably there. Would be my... Yeah, that sounds about right. Phantom Chica, oh my god, the amount of people offering me Phantom Chica when she is worth absolutely nothing. It's crazy. She's not actually awful gameplay-wise. She's probably like... vaguely in this tier, probably slightly worse than Rocketeer Mangle. I don't care. This unit sucks. I'm pretty sure they held a poll to buff Tank Cupcake, and Commando Endo won, and he was good enough as is. Commando Endo is deceptive because his stats are really bad, but that's not what makes him good. We'll get to him. 7 Seas. Yeah, no, 7 Seas is solid. He's not horrendously expensive either. He's not great either. He's like in this mix as well. A lot of units kind of slot around like top of A. Patriot Freddy, I probably have to respect him. He's probably S tier. And that's just because there's not many units in the game. Like, there's not many starter units in the game that are actually still somewhat relevant. You know, it's crazy to say all that, and I actually look at his stats and I start to question it a little bit. I remember him being really good. I haven't used him for a little while, but maybe, again, the problem is the FNAF 3 power creep was one of the most insane power creeps I've seen in tower defense games. He's probably slightly worse than Endo 2. Maybe slightly better because of costs. Endo 2 definitely does a lot more damage, though. Nah. Yeah, he does. 180. Yeah, it does a lot more damage, but Patriot Freddy's cheaper. I guess it depends what you value more, because I'd say they're probably pretty interchangeable with each other. Commando Endo is a very interesting unit. Do keep in mind, guys, by the way, it says plus, plus all these stats. This is for people who maybe aren't too knowledgeable. Yeah, like, they have these traits, but it's not actually being applied real time. So, like, the 125%, like, this is just the base unit, and it's just telling you how much it would be buffed by when you're in game, okay? So, they're all being judged fairly. Yeah, the thing is with Commander Endo is he's very cheap, and he places a unit, but it's more than that. His summon can shoot at the same range he can, and the summon has the same stats as he does, and this does matter. Because he can get a lot of range shots, so his damage is actually rather impressive compared to what most people probably think. So he's definitely better than Patriot Freddy. Maybe slightly worse with Bonnie. Phantom Cupcake, I'm pretty sure, is horrendous. Like, horrendously bad. Yes, I was absolutely correct. Jesus, what are they thinking of this unit? I'm not even kidding, he's like probably like here. He's probably a top of C tier. This guy was also very good, but he has been massively power crept as well. Pretty sure he's worse than Endo too. Is he worse than Endo too? He's worse than Endo too. Yeah, that sounds about right to me. Now you may be screaming a little bit, going like, "Oh, why are these units here? Like, the more moderately expensive ones, why are the starter units higher than them?" The reason for that is there's just better options than these guys for the most part. I'd struggle. Like, you can put them above these guys. Like, these guys are probably all fairly interchangeable with each other. I think Wither Bonnie is definitely the pinnacle of this tier, but he's probably around the same level. This guy's just a support. Same thing as here. This guy's also a support there. War Machine Foxy is a slightly upgraded Centaur. And I do mean literally very, very slightly better. So he's doing 1,000 DPS. And how much is doing the Centaur? Yeah, like virtually identical DPS. So yeah, like objectively, fire with War Machine is slightly better, but it's only by a tiny amount. His hitbox is also a lot better, which does matter. This is the worst unit in the game. Like, actually, second worst unit in the game. Rockin' Bonnie, good lord. This was like the first year's premium, like the first update's premium pass unit. Oh my gosh, he was the first AoE unit, but good lord, was he bad. I don't know. Phantom Puppet is actually, like, he's up there. He's probably an S tier. The reason for that is, like, his damage, where is he? There he is. Yeah, he's doing like 1100 DPS. 21 range, and he's doing Pierce as well, so he's not a single target, and you can place 2 of them, and he's not outrageously expensive. Expense, I guess, like, to an extent, doesn't matter too much, but you do need a starter unit, and the problem is with these guys is they're all kind of like mid-range cost units, and mid-range cost units kind of got really badly hurt this update, because there's no point running them, for the most part. And Plain Boy's just been power grabbed, so yeah, he's expensive, but he's not great. Shadow Freddy is mediocre. He's probably in this. He's probably better than these guys, actually. He's okay. I keep thinking of him in trades. He's probably top of A tier just because of AoE, and that he's a 0.05 unit. Yeah, he's definitely better than. He's probably better than all these. Yeah, I'd have to say so. Blighted Endo Freddy, I did recently trade Blighted Endo away, so we're going to take a little bit of a field trip. Let's find... There he is. Yeah, he's better than... He's S tier, isn't he? Yeah, he's S tier. Yeah, he's probably just because of AoE. He does do slow, which does matter, but I think AoE in this meta is probably just a little bit better. Valkyrie Chica is definitely an S tier unit. 100%. Oh, sorry, Z tier unit. But worse than Scott. Worse than Scott, is that true? He does do a lot of damage. It's like 1600. Yeah, she's it's close. If she was like a 2 placement unit, she'd be better than, she'd be worse than Scott, but she's got 3 placement. The cost difference isn't like, it's very close. Like, I think people will pretend that Scott and Valkyrie are like, there's a gap between them, but it's not. They are very close to each other. Because Scott can save you very early when things are getting difficult and do splash damage. She's single target. She does do more damage. He's a lot cheaper, and he has probably more of an impact early game to mid game. So it's pretty close between those two. Let's have a look at this puppet. There's a lot of puppets in this game, isn't there? 900 DPS, 21 AoE as well. I've never actually used that unit. I kind of summoned it. Like, I think I traded for him once, and I was kind of done with him. It's probably slightly better than. Yeah, he's actually probably a lot better than. He probably makes sense S tier. He's a fringe S tier unit. Circuit Breaker Freddy. I did not use it. He sucks, I'm pretty sure. Maybe did they buff him? There's something a lot better than he was. Pretty sure you can place 3 of him as well. He's actually pretty solid now. He actually might. That's kind of crazy, actually. That's a massive. Unless I just underestimated him at least. He's probably like around here. I'm not comfortable with that. I'd say like probably around there is fair. Bounded Shadow is definitely good. Bounded Shadow is definitely good. He's like. Is he just actually a worse Phantom Puppet? Would be helpful to know. He's a slightly better one, actually. Okay. Yeah, okay, so Bounded Shadow is literally just upgraded puppet. Interesting. Can we? Thank you. Shadow Bonnie, I know enough about. Shadow Bonnie's just kind of place him. Yeah, he's probably Z tier as well, actually. He's just doing so much. Yeah, 13. Actually, is Blighted under. Maybe I mean, this is an interesting video. Maybe I'm just finding hidden biases I have for these units. That's not fair. I'm actually just looking objectively at their stats, because I know the ones I typically use. Obviously, there's so many units in this game. At this point, I don't really, I don't find time to just sit and use all of them at all times. No, okay, he's definitely better. He's definitely better than Blighted. Okay. I'd say S tier. I'd have to say. Right. Rad Freddy sucks. He was a really cool unit, but he sucks. He's not bad enough to be here, but he's better. He's there. Phantom Freddy I'm really annoyed about, because this used to be a tester unit. I traded for this unit for a high value because he was a tester and no one was talking about him. There was like none of these guys existed. And then they just kind of shadow dropped him as a infinite unit, and he lost all his value. So I was a little bit annoyed, to say the least. Probably around here. It's probably like that. Phantom Mangle is very good. I just don't quite remember the exact DPS that we're reaching here. Very good, yeah. You can place 3 of them and their range is absurd. Yeah, 1200 DPS, free placement. Expense really just doesn't matter in this moment. It just doesn't. Probably the pinnacle of S tier. It doesn't quite creep into Z tier, but it's definitely the pinnacle of S tier. This is the best unit in the game. And it's not close. It's actually not close even a little bit. He's doing what Scott's doing, but better per unit. And is also just... just mind me as I type this, best unit in the game. The reason why Glitch Puppeteer is best... Actually, we'll get into it more once we... Let me just finish these guys off. You're probably, like, here somewhere. Leviathan Mangle. I vaguely remember what Leviathan Mangle does. I don't own the unit because it's just so expensive at the minute. And I'm not actually, like... I wouldn't describe myself as a massive Mangle fan. We can place Algae Threadbare, at least. He's probably in this range as well. He's probably like slightly better, like slightly worse, slightly better. Around there. And Springtrap, if I remember correctly, he's doing absurd DPS. He's definitely an S tier unit. Once he releases, like once FNAF 4 releases, I'll do an updated tier list. This guy might move up between these guys, but I need to actually use him. Right, Leviathan Mangle. We gotta find him, boys. Please say they've actually listed him somewhere. Oh, there he is. Definitely good. He's definitely been power crap though. He's better than... Actually, maybe Leviathan Mangle's just straight up better than regular Phantom Mangle. $1200 DPS, you can place 3 of them. The range is really low compared to Phantom Mangle. Yeah, I'd probably say, yeah, probably slightly better. Probably slightly better is what I'd say. Anyway, we'll get into why Glitch Puppeteer is best, and then we'll end it off here. Glitch Puppeteer is best unit in the game because he's doing what Scott is doing, but 3 times, basically. And he actually costs less than Scott, I think. It's per unit. He's doing Splash. I don't know what they were thinking of this unit, because he's getting to a very similar rate. Like, he's basically just upgraded Scott. And Scott did not need an upgrade. And he's only 1 placement, this guy's free. Like, he's an upgraded Scott 1-to-1. Yeah, this guy could be placed free, like, 2 more times. It's not an argument. Like, you can have an opinion for, like, most of the other tiers here. I mean, obviously, I think A tier is fairly self-contained. I don't really think we're moving up anything from there. Maybe Shadow Freddy if you're, like, really crying about it. S tier is probably pretty well defined. Z tier, I'd say, is probably pretty well defined. Maybe you can shove one of these 2 Mangles up there. This guy's inarguable. If you don't have this guy in best unit in the game, you're coping. So yeah. Anyway, well, that was fun. So thank you very much for watching the video. Please like and subscribe. We're hoping to reach 500 subs. And I'll see you guys in the next one. See ya.